everybody, I thought I would show you how I do my ink swatching to put on the edge of my ink pads so I know what I'm looking at. I use the little heart at the bottom from Sunny Studios Slice of Summer set, and it's a really cute set. I love citrus and limes, and that was just a really nice set. So I use the heart at the bottom, put it on my little acrylic block, and all I'm going to do is open up the ink and start stamping. So this is VersaFine Clair Green Oasis, and I also got Twilight and Warm Breeze. So I will put that there. So what I do is I stamp 3 times. My dog says hi. So I'll do 1. And with each layer, I add another layer of ink. So this is 2. And this is 1, 2, 3. And then the last one I actually just do without re-inking, so I can get an idea of what the second image would be. So this is a good idea of the base color, and it's also good if you want to do like a stamp off, where you stamp this first and then use the remnants to make like a second image. You can get some extra images out of it that way. I don't use that too much, but I do like to know. So close that one up tight. I really like the VersaFine inks for a couple reasons. The Clairs, I don't really care for these colors all that much, but I do like the properties. So these get great coverage. Like, this is the whole stamp. The first time I stamped it, no issues. These are an oil-based ink, so I can stamp an image and then watercolor in the image without moving the outline. And they're just really easy to use. I like the pads on these. I find them very easy to use. So I love the ink quality and the ink properties, but these colors, I don't use these colors very often. Okay, so there's a stamp off on the blue. I like that one a lot. That's like a blue jeans color, so that would be neat to use for blue jeans. Okay, and then I'm just wiping it off with a wet paper towel. These inks do tend to stain if you use them a lot, but just for this, and this is my little testing heart, I won't clean it off really well in between. So this one is Warm Breeze. I'll put that over here so you can see it. And okay, so we'll do 1, 2. These don't have to be perfect. This is just to give me an idea of the saturation I'm going to get if I stamp it 2 or 3 times. This is really a bigger deal for inks that are not as good of a stamp on the first go. So that's actually a nice color also. So those are the 3 that I have. The next thing that I'm going to do is cut them out. I'm going to leave all 4 together, but I'm going to separate them. Okay, and then I'm going to take my art glitter glue and pull the pin out. It doesn't come with a pin, but I really recommend that you get the metal cap and the pin. This just makes it so much easier. Now I have to remember which one's which. This isn't too hard because I only have 3, but when you're doing more than 3, it does get a little confusing. So what I do is I tend to store my inks vertically stacked like this and out with the long edge out. So I put this on the bottom, in the middle. That's just where I like it. I have thought about doing it on the ends so I'm not losing so much, visual real estate on the shelf, but that's where I put that. So I'll do that on these other 2. You can put it either directly on or directly on the paper. I think it's a little bit easier to do it directly on the paper because then you get enough coverage. But I didn't do it on this one. Okay, And I'll show you another ink that has more of a range that this is more helpful to do. And then I'll show you the rest of the VersaFine Clairs that I have so you can get an idea of the color range there. I'm going to pause this. Okay, so these two I thought would be a better example of the actual layers that you're getting when you do this kind of swatching. I didn't do the stamp off on this one. I think that was before I started to do that, and really there's no point. This is not an ink that I would do that for. So it's hard to see in this video. This is more like a honeydew color, I would say, in real life. I don't know how it's coming up on the camera, but it's definitely like that softer bright green. So this is 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers, and you can tell there's a definite difference between 1 layer and 2 layers on this, although there's still good coverage. This is a Catherine Pooler Garden Party, and this is definitely one of my favorite inks, and also one that's great for the Sunny Studio A Slice of Summer. This is just a really good combination. So if you love citrus, this is a good combo to pick up. And the ink pad on this is also, let me see if I can show you. It's a foam, but it's a really nice foam. I don't know how to explain it. You can see it's very flat from the reflection. There we go. So just a nice ink pad. And then this is the scrapbook.com Parisian Purple hybrid ink pad, I should say. And I found this to be the case with all the scrapbook.com hybrid ones, where the first stamp you just don't get good coverage. The second one is great, and the third one you get a little bit more saturation. This one is like a periwinkle, maybe leaning purple. It's not as bright purple as I had wanted. Like I wanted the bright purple that you see here, and this is okay, but it's more like a periwinkle purple. And I did stamp off there, and you can see there's hardly anything on that one.